Hi, it's Daniela Pereira from Moody Seagull. In this vlog, I'm going to be talking about what to look for when buying watercolor paper. So I'll be covering topics like texture, weight, material, and packaging. When I first started painting, I remember being very confused about watercolor paper because there was just so much choice. And also, why did I even need watercolor paper? Couldn't I just use any piece of paper? Now, in answer to that, it is true that some cartridge papers can be used for painting, but majority of the time, it's best to use actual watercolor paper so that you get the most out of your paints. So without further ado, let's jump straight into the vlog. Texture of the paper. This is really important. There are three categories of texture, which include hot pressed, cold pressed, and rough. Hot pressed. This paper has been pressed with hot rollers and has a smooth texture. Some papers are smoother than others depending on the brand. Now, this type of paper is good for detailed and precise work. Hot pressed is also abbreviated to HP sometimes. Cold pressed. This paper has a semi-rough surface, so it has a bit of texture to it. It is good for both washes and fine brush detail and is a very popular paper choice. Cold pressed can be abbreviated to CP and is also known as NOT, which stands for not hot pressed. Rough. As the name would suggest, this paper has a rough surface. When you drag your paintbrush across the surface, some areas will pick up paint whilst others won't. So this type of paper is good for creating texture, for example in landscapes. Weight of the paper. By the weight of the paper, I mean the thickness, and this is expressed as either grams per square meter or pounds, so it's either metric or imperial. Watercolor paper comes in a variety of weights. If you're using a paper that is 300 GSM and below and you're applying a lot of water, it's recommended that you stretch your paper first. Otherwise, the paper will warp, making it difficult to continue painting. Packaging. You can buy paper in a variety of forms such as loose sheets, a pad, a spiral bound booklet, and as a gummed block. A gummed block is where the sheets are gummed or glued together around the edges and mounted on a backing board. This prevents the paper from warping excessively. Once the painting is finished, there will be a gap in the gum for you to insert your craft knife so that you can remove the top layer of paper. Other tips. The most durable paper is made with 100% cotton, but this tends to be the most expensive paper too. Other papers will be made out, for example, of wood or recycled materials, and they are less durable. But having said that, you can get some really good paper that is not cotton-based. It's also worth checking that your paper is acid-free. This will help prevent your paper from yellowing and disintegrating over time. Testing paper. I would recommend testing papers side by side so you can really focus on how they perform and what you prefer. You can also buy a sample pack from Stickerrific, which has 10 different watercolor papers covering all three textures. This is great because it saves you money as you don't have to buy each brand individually. Now, I haven't seen this kind of sample pack anywhere in KL, so really take advantage of this. So in summary, there are many different brands of paper on the market and each one will behave slightly differently to the other. The most expensive paper doesn't necessarily mean the best results. It really depends on your style of painting and also your personal preference. Personally, I'm a fan of the brands Fabriano and De La Rowney. If you are new to watercolor, I would recommend starting with a 300 GSM cold press paper. You don't need to buy the most expensive 100% cotton acid-free paper at this stage, but also don't skimp on it. It's best to try out a sample pack or buy a small pad of paper to see whether you like it. So I hope this vlog has been helpful and thank you so much for watching. Until next time, goodbye.